So I got several articles here I want to go through real quick. This was sort of fun. They didn't catch everything that I went through, but I mean, I guess you can't have a universal catch-all sort of. They did the slap bracelets. I'm a '90s child, so was born in 1982. Went to kindergarten in '87. Graduated in 2000. So my adulthood, I just knew George W. Bush, as being the greatest president that has ever lived, and and actually I did vote for him in 2000. So yeah, the which I regret, of course. So 26 moments that no '90s kid will ever get over. Okay, so 26 moments that no '90s kid will ever get over. There's a slap bracelets. You just slap them on your arm, and they would just rotate around your arm, and it was awesome. When Brittany and Justin broke up, that was she's she's white trash. Okay, so I know so many women that's like Britney Spears. Oh, hey y'all. She's dances well, sings well. I remember when she busted out with My Loneliness, ooh baby baby. Well, whatever that song was in the very with her dancing with the in the school, in her plaid, at some Catholic school. So my loneliness. Hit me, baby, one more time. Okay, right. Hit me, baby, one more time. So she fucked up. Clearly, she fucked up. Justin, Timberlake was a badass. I like his breakup song. Cry Me a River. It's like, look, I loved you as much as I could love you, but this is too fucking much. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gone. So now it's time for you to fucking cry. And what a great actually like breakup song. So there was no vengeance. It wasn't like hate or anger towards her. It was just saying, look, I don't fucking love you no more. I'm walking away, and there ain't shit you can do about it. I'm done. So he was the winner in this between these two. If you could declare a winner, I declare Justin Timberlake the winner between these two in the marriage. He's the better man. He has better music. It's more mature, more has an evolutionary process, so he can kind of change with the times. He's I think I like his politics a little bit better. He's I think Cincinnati. I don't know where he came from, but the okay. So gel pens. Yeah, I remember having gel pens. I mean, they wrote in blue and purple and different colors. There's gel pens today. I don't remember Polly Pockets. They might have came around about my time, and actually they look cute, so I could see how the girls could get into them. But I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was some of my friends had those. There's a lot of things that I wasn't privileged, I guess. I don't even know if privileged. I didn't really desire them too much, but I didn't have any like GI Joes, or I had micro machines. That's what I used to play with, was little micro machines, little tiny cars, and then they would take characters and names, and then one day mom just got rid of them all. They're gone. They're all she just give them away to somebody. So there are micro machines too, tiny, little tiny things. So when Mufasa died, yeah, that's huge. Lion King, that was big ass fucking deal. It's like, well, damn, killed a big ass fucking character right in the beginning of the movie. I don't even know what these are. It says the sexual window is what fucked these products up. Maybe some sort of gel, something with something in them. I don't know. Yeah, we DVDs and CDs came out, in the '90s, so we had VHSs, and it sucked whenever your fucking VHS the tape got all fucked up, and got jammed, and then what can you do? You can't tape it together, nothing. The whole thing you got pretty much got to throw away. When NSYNC stopped making music, I don't really remember that. Kurt Cobain, I know that there's people that's broken up over that, but then there were some people that was like, oh, get over it. And that was like 1 year after he killed himself. Get over it, will you? Like, okay, so he changed rock and roll forever. Big fucking deal. Get the fuck over it. Tupac also came out then, too. So they're missing a lot of hip hop, and they're missing some, I guess, new age rock. when school lunches changed and became more healthy. This is a Jason Jones, actually. I remember was a big into expanding the size of our school lunches. He hated just getting some tiny little small piece of meat and this little tiny thing and a little tiny milk, and I have to get two lunches just to fill up. And um, yeah, I was always, well, I don't know, actually I ate everybody else's food that didn't want to eat their stuff. So I was a pig, and I was, playing my poor game as much as I could, and I would eat everybody else's food. When you tried sunning, your hair didn't look at all what it was supposed to. No. I remember doing tanning, going to the tanning bed. I remember trying to look pretty. Right. The entire second VHS tape of Titanic. Yeah, Titanic was huge. It was huge. When your friends had a cell phone like this, big ass cell phones, and people still calling on your landline. I remember actually memorizing like the phone numbers of my the people I talked to in high school. Their parents' phone number, their landline, right? And so everybody, you'd have their numbers memorized. Yeah, I had braces. I don't remember actually ever talking about it because I hated them. AOL, that came out in 2000, or for me at least, I didn't get on until about 2000, so it didn't matter. Furbies, yeah, I remember Furbies. That's like your every Christmas, there's like the fucking toy that everybody has to get. And Furbies, like they're supposed to be your friend, have conversations, and they're supposed to like grow and learn with you, and then eventually, develop artificial intelligence, and then get with the Terminators and take over the world. So I don't know. It seemed like it'd be nice to have a Furby, but you know that it's not really talking to you. So when your teacher caught you passing notes and forced you to read it out loud to the class, something, I don't know if that actually happened to me or not. I remember Brooke Glacken wrote me a note, and Peevis was the only one that kind of said, "Whoa, she really likes you." But I don't remember having to read. There was in fourth or third grade. It was in Miss Taylor's class in CMZ in Grant County, and I was doodling. And Miss Taylor had just these huge tits, just these huge, just huge boobs, right? So she wasn't, particularly stunning or anything, but she wasn't ugly either. And so I was doodling, her shape, and eventually she came over to see what I was drawing, and I hurried up and folded it up, and she was like, "Let me have it," and I was like, "God, everything in my body was like, no, do not let her see that. Do not." She looked at it and was like outraged and just appalled and disgusted. "Oh my God, you're sick." And it made me feel as though there was something wrong with me. She's sitting there oppressing all of us. Do this, do that, and has all the damn power, right? Who else are we going to look at? She got big old, like big tig old bitties, right? Just they were huge. I mean, I wouldn't even say like cantaloupe. I would say like watermelon huge. Not even cantaloupe. They were watermelon huge. So, but yeah, I remember them doing that type of shit. Is that a note? I'll read it out in class. I mean, that shows how hierarchy is such fucking bullshit. Because you got a dictator in the fucking room, you're not allowed to converse or communicate with each other. It'd be so good to have fucking phones in class. At least you could fucking text. You should be should be allowed to actually text and do shit, so how you can fucking stay awake when a boring ass lecture. Like, I have to sit here and fucking tolerate this bullshit. I can't talk to anybody. We're social animals. This is unnatural. I want to talk to this person. I don't want to listen to what you're fucking saying. In fact, if me and this person developed a relationship, perhaps America could start to heal and get better. Work on equality, work on relationships, and work on how to treat each other better. I don't remember that. I do remember actually Tim Fox in Grant County coming to school with handy snacks. He would have like little crackers and cheese, and I remember me and Zeb Coldiron would fight over the fucking the leftover cheese. So and sometimes he would just eat it all. No, I ate it all today, so there's no. And so we were fucking poor. God, that was how embarrassing for us. Remember Zeb Coldiron, Brett Hamilton, and Zeb's woman all went to some, I don't know. It wasn't Kings Island, but it was like some fucking roller coaster place in Ohio. So when your hacky sack got a hole in it and started, and the filling slowly started to leak out all over the place, I was a hacker. I like hacky sack. I hacked a little bit in college and high school, really just to pass the time, right? hang out with some guys, pass the fucking time, and just kind of keep the hacky sack in the air, right? You don't want it to fall on the ground. I remember Ryan Harold. I remember David Miller. I remember Donald Taylor would try to do some things, but he was like worse than me. So I'm glad that he was there in order to you know make me look better. Sort of offset the thing by comparison. So you have hacky sack, right? So the hacky sack. Oh yeah, we used to hacky sack. Oh, David Talby. I want to say maybe even maybe Beers and Bono, Matt, that crew, Squabby. That's what John Jones used to call David Talby. Hey, Squabby. I bet he fucking hated that. Just picking on him like a fucking, a jock. Hey, Squabby, what you doing here, Squabby? But David Talby and his crew. David Talby used to wear those combat boots, shorts with combat boots. He pioneered that look. But we used to hack, and it sucked actually hacking in the boys' bathroom. Not only does it smell like fucking smoke and stinks, and guys are fucking gross and prone to violence. But we get in the urinals, right? So actually, while we want to keep the hacky sack up in the air whenever we would hack inside the boys' bathroom, the biggest actually thing that we want to stop was it going into the urinals. Okay, that was the if it fell to the ground, all right, but in the urinal, I don't know. And even on the ground, actually, that's just gross. Hacky in the fucking boys, but we weren't, I guess, allowed to do it in the hallway. I guess we would have been told to stop doing it because you're not allowed to do anything, talk to anybody, say anything, make any choice whatsoever fucking ever for your goddamn self. Just go like fucking mindless zombies, cows to the slaughterhouse. Just line on up. You're done. So Neopet, dying of hunger. I don't remember this, but I remember things like it. I guess it's like some electronical fucking pet you gotta fucking feed. Sort of like there's a fish game. I remember seeing fishes. Let's see. When you already, here, check out this cool trick. I could turn 6 lines into an S. Ha ha ha. I do remember that. And I remember being like absolutely enthralled with it. I would write sweet, S, or Sarah or something else. Candy necklace, tasted the string. I remember candy necklaces. I remember candy cigarettes too, which I don't see them around anymore. I guess it's not a good idea to give kids candy cigarettes. I guess they might think smoking's cool. When everyone had a pair of these except for you, I didn't have. Yeah, I guess there's not Adidas, but they had Airwalks. I guess that was Adidas. And a lot of people was getting Airwalks, but Airwalks were good because you could hack with them, and they were probably comfortable too. Old school floppy disk, 5-inch, 3.5-inch, right? 5. That's like smaller than 3, and I don't know. I thought it was 5 and 3.5 inch. But these big ass floppy, these actually were floppy disk, whereas these were actually like hard disc. I remember going into college with these things, saving all my work on these, and not having much space to save like documents, especially when I was on Napster and downloading all that music. Which that's the first thing I did. Catherine Getz was downloading music like a mad woman when she got to like every day she would think of new songs to download. And so I got an awesome fucking collection. Also give me a better, maybe a better music connoisseur, a better sort of I don't know, like I said, a connoisseur, cosmopolitan. I got to be more worldly instead of just a fucking, we're rednecks in the farm and our wife just died and the kid got AIDS. My old man's in jail and my cousin got shot in Afghanistan. Country music is the point, especially while I'm a slave, a child slave, a child tobacco slave. So when you bit into your, getting nicotine poisoning and shit, when you bit into your ring pop and the whole thing shattered and forced you to eat it all at once. I remember ring pops. I still like them today, but my favorite candy is the sticks, the Lick-a-Stick. The stick is so fucking delicious. The stick itself. The fucking sugary fucking little powder is okay, but the stick itself is... God, they should just make a whole batch of just Lick-a-Sticks. When you give your classmate a quarter for a colorful Elmer's glue bookmark and they never gave you one. Uh, that was not my experience. That guy totally made that up. I remember we used to buy pencils. There was buy pencils and paper with like a quarter a piece or something, and people would be buying erasers, cool erasers and shit, and you'd feel left out. When it came time to buy school supplies in the store was out of the Lisa Frank folder that you wanted. I don't remember that. I do remember Trapper Keepers. Right. Ooh, I got a Trapper Keeper. Look at me. I got folders in the Trapper Keeper. It's all in a Trapper Keeper. The absolute horror when your Beanie Babies tag got bent. It has no value. The tag is bent. It has no value. I like Beanie Babies still today, actually, and it's way. I mean, Polly Pockets. It's got that same Polly Pocket type of quality to it, Beanie Babies, and also those Precious Moment statues, right? Oh, look, they're adorable. Look, kids. They're trinkets and shit, though, so just kind of fucking small collectibles or something to give a girlfriend. But I don't really see the fucking, purpose in really any of this shit. The 90's, what the fuck? There was no Tupac. They should have showed more hip hop in there. But yeah, overall, 26 moments is pretty interesting going through memory lane there. I'm gonna do an addendum why children fleeing Central America would not stop coming. I just saw like these maps or these sort of whatever you call these line graphs. The murder rate in selected countries, they saying that these children coming to America is going to keep on coming. So they're going to keep on coming over and over again. We should just put them in front of a court, in front of a judge, and let the judge deal with it, right? Murder rate in selected countries, you have Honduras, 90.4, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Mexico. So Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, the murder rates are way worse. And we also got to remember that America is responsible for all the violence that's happening in these countries. We force capitalism on these countries, and then they have to endure a ton of repression and fascism and murder and death squads and shit. So because they're forcing capitalism on everybody, and so everybody's got to get into the private ownership of private land and corporations and intellectual property and on and on. So when people aren't used to it, or if it hasn't been running smoothly, they just got to be forced to fucking do it at gunpoint, right? Well, that's what we've done. We've done El Salvador. Ronald Reagan assassinated Oscar Romero, a priest there who's fighting for the poor. Guatemala. Well, those two countries, we just sent them into a civil war for decades. Honduras, we just coup d'etat them. Obama actually was responsible for a coup d'etat recently in the last couple years, while he was president. And this isn't the first time we've done that to Honduras. We coup d'etat them in the 60s. We do this shit all the time to the Caribbean islands and South America and the Central America because we think of them as our backyard, right? They're not as significant to be our front yard. We think of them as just the backyard, right? And it's America's backyard. It's our backyard. So we're an empire, so I kind of understand it, but I don't like Grenada. When Ronald Reagan was freaking out about Grenada, like, what the fuck you freaking out about Grenada for? You old fucking Alzheimer's piece of shit, giving Bin Laden his fucking weapons, Iran Contra scandal, fucking assassinating Oscar Romero, piece of shit. Fuck Ronald Reagan. So murder rate in selected countries. Right, this was just an interesting, the people that's going to be coming to the border, I think it's Guatemala. There's I don't know. I mean, a lot of people that are coming from Mexico, I heard actually they come from they just keep coming up, right? So the people from Panama goes up to the country above it, and then the country above it goes above it until eventually they're in, Belize and Mexico, then America. So basically it's just people want to get to Mexico. Mexico is like their America for Guatemalans. And then once they get to Mexico, they're being pushed out again. So we need to save these fucking kids. This is fucking ridiculous. We're gonna be dicks to fucking orphan kid. Get the fuck out of here. They're running away from violence. We need to be. We're not. It's not immigration. It's asylum. It's refugees. We're accepting refugees. When there's a country is in chaos, we will accept the fucking refugees from that fucking country, and we should, especially since we're the ones that's responsible for that violence that's happening. I remember when the coup d'etat was happening in Haiti, George Bush would make sure that none of the Haitians could swim up to the fucking Florida. They would ship them back, right? They would ship them all back and just make them fucking deal with their brutal fucking governments and just get hacked to pieces if that's what it takes. Because America wasn't going to be a refuge. It wasn't going to be an asylum, for a safe haven for anybody that's going through political repression, which is actually the exact opposite of my immigrants. When my immigrants came here, the Gripshovers, my German ancestors, we ran away from political turmoil. There was an anti-Catholicism, so an anti-religious strand. There was a lot of military adventures, the Franco-Prussian War and German wars of unification. So they all ran to here, so they didn't have to fucking fight for the emperor, and they wanted their own land. You know, they wanted to be able to be their own kings. They wanted freedom. And guess what? These guys, they're not even looking for opportunity or freedom or anything. They just want to live. And I have some memes that actually show like the kids are in jail or like in a pen, like a jail, like a dog kennel. So like fucking chicken wire, they're sleeping on the floor and shit. Unaccompanied children coming to the United States. Most of them are from Honduras. So fucking Honduras, man, we fucking coup d'etat them in 2009. Look it up. Obama fucking coup d'etat Honduras and fucking, went ahead and so their shit's fucking crazy. We fucking fuck up their fucking political situation, wipe out these fucking governments, then you have ISIS coming back out of fucking nowhere, and then people just take this shit over. We give fucking weapons to these terrorists and then they turn these guns around on us. It's happened fucking many times. Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, just go down the fucking list. Actually, it seems like when we give fucking weapons, even, in Syria, it turned into ISIS. I mean, it just goes... It never fucking stops. So again, we're seeing Honduras. Guatemala is the second highest. El Salvador. So more refugee kids from Honduras are coming here. El Salvador and Guatemala, El Salvador, and Mexico. So it seems like there's way more Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvadorians coming in than Mexicans. Actually, Mexicans are dropping. And so there's more other Central Americans that are coming into America. And then that's it. So I thought those charts were, interesting. Do you agree? Do you agree with me?